last session, lecture 1, we were discussed introduction to atomic structure, cathode rays and their properties. Next, charge to mass ratio of electron, that is E by me. This is also called specific charge. So here J.J. Thomson made a setup of cathode ray tube and applied electric and magnetic field perpendicular to each other as well as their path of electron. And he suggested that in presence of electric and magnetic field, the cathode rays deviate from their path. This is most important. He suggested that in presence of electric and magnetic field, cathode rays deviate from their path. So in the diagram we can see that when only electric field is applied, the cathode rays go and hit on this screen at point A. In absence of both electric fields and magnetic field, they hit the screen at point B, and when only magnetic field is applied, it is going to hit the screen at point C. Okay, so then he able to determine charge to mass ratio, that is E by me, is equal to 1.758820 into 10 power 11 coulomb per kg. Charge to mass ratio, that is 1.758820 into 10 power 11 coulomb per kg he calculated, where is the magnitude of charge on the electron, me is the mass of the electron in kg. Okay, so next the charge on the electron. How to calculate the charge on the electron? Actually, that is a different experiment. R.A. Millikan, a famous scientist, in his oil drop experiment, he conducted one oil drop experiment. In that, he successfully calculated the charge on the electron as E is equal to 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 coulomb. According to Millikan, from oil drop experiment, he able to calculated the charge on the electron, that is E is equal to 1.6 into 10 power minus 19. Now the present accepted value is 1.6022 into 10 to the power of minus 19 coulomb. Then from these two values, they able to calculate the mass of an electron by the ratio of charge on the electron to E by me, to the E by me. Now mass of an electron is equal to charge on the electron divided by specific charge E by me. They substituted the values, then they got the value 9.1094 into 10 to the power of minus 31 kg, or in grams 9.1094 into 10 to the power of minus 28 grams. Okay, so that they successfully calculated charge on the electron as well as mass of an electron from these two experiment. Okay, now the discovery of proton. Actually, we know that an atom wholly is electrically neutral. So it means when an atom, if you subject it for ionization, it is going to give you a positively charged ion as well as an electron. So already we came to know that we discovered an electron. Electrons are present in an atom. Okay, then a scientist by name Goldstein brought an idea that if there is a negatively charged particle, there should be positively charged particle in an atom to make an atom wholly electrically neutral. Okay, for that he conducted a cathode ray tube experiment using perforated cathode. Perforated cathode in sense which is having a holes. Okay, then later he observed that the flow of particle from anode to cathode, he called them as anode rays or canal rays. Okay, and also he conducted the same experiment using hydrogen in cathode ray tube. He observed there is a stream of proton from anode to cathode. So here hydrogen undergoes ionization. It is formed a proton and an electron. So this is proton in the sense only the hydrogen atom which is having only one proton and which is not having a neutron in its nucleus, so that when we remove an electron it is going to give you a proton, so that H plus ions always used to call as a proton. Okay, next, what are the properties of anode rays? As we know that anode rays travel in a straight line, it is a straight line, and similarly it is possesses because they are travel from anode to cathode. Okay, they are attracting towards the cathode, so they possess positive charge, and also they deflected towards a negatively charged electrode. This confirms that the anode rays possesses positive charge. Okay, then the properties of anode rays depend upon the nature of the gas taken in the tube. Actually, cathode rays are not like that. They does not depend on nature of the gas as well as the electrode material we taken in the discharge tube, but anode rays, the properties of anode rays depend upon the nature of the gas taken in the tube. The E by M ratio is different for different gases, and the mass of positive particle, whatever the anode particle they are going to form, okay, that is same as the atomic mass of gas inside the tube. They observe E by M ratio is different for different gases, and the mass of positive particle is same as the atomic mass of gas inside the tube. Finally, the positive charge on particles depend upon the number of electrons lost by the atoms in the discharge tube. The charge on the particle, the positive charge on the particle depend on the number of electrons lost by the atoms in the discharge tube. Okay. Then finally they compared the mass of an electron to mass of a proton. They came to know that this will be equal to Me is to Mp, mass of an electron to mass of proton will be equal to 1 is to 1837. Most important, they will ask in the NEET exam also this one. Okay, mass of an electron to mass of proton will be equal to 1 is to 1837. It is having mass, it is having measurable mass compared to electron. Mass of an electron is negligible compared to mass of proton. Next, discovery of neutron. Actually, this is one of the fundamental particle which was discovered by Chadwick in 1932. Okay, actually when he bombarded beryllium nucleus with alpha particles are nucleus of helium atom, then an electrically neutral particles having mass slightly greater than proton were emitted. Those he named as neutrons. Okay, and thereby we discovered all the fundamental particles of an atom. The mass of neutron is determined to be 1.674 into 10 to the power of minus 24 grams. Okay, so actually this is electrically neutral, having mass electrically neutral. Okay, so here I can summarize all the fundamental particles, that is electron, proton and neutron. Electron symbol E, proton P and neutron is small m. Then they are having absolute charge, both electron and proton having charge, but neutron is electrically neutral, there is no charge on neutron. Relative charge, generally it is absolute charge is given by negative value of 1.6022 into 10 power minus 19, and for proton it is positive value, that is 1.6022 into 10 power minus 19, because they are having opposite charges, but magnitude is same. Relative charge, generally we are represented with the minus 1 plus 1, and for neutron it is charge is 0. Then mass is given by, for electron is a very light particle, tiny particle, which is having a negligible mass, that is equivalent to 9.10939 into 10 power minus 31. But for that proton it is 1.67262 into 10 power minus 24. Here both neutron and proton, they have comparable masses. Here also 1.67493 into 10 power minus 24. Then in unified mass, that is 1.00727. Then for neutron, that is 1.00867. Then approximate mass, we are writing for electron, that is 0, for proton 1, and for neutron it is 1. Okay, so this is about the discovery of fundamental particles. Then the discovery of fundamental particles leads to the different atomic models, arrangement of electrons, protons, neutrons in atom. Okay, so that one I am going to discuss in the next session. Thank you.